everyone, how's everyone doing? We're going to create some cards using this Sweet as Honey paper pack. I talked about it already before with the scrapbooking. Sorry, just kind of left me. And so I wanted to showcase some fun cards that you can create using this paper. I do know that the card making kit, this one here, which I'm going to use this stamp set, I believe it is still on back order, but I do believe I hear that they expect it. So if you haven't got into this card kit yet, here are the samples of the cards you get, and you get enough to make 4 of each of these designs. I'm going to do something a little bit different, so you'll have some options, but don't worry, this is still coming back to us. So let's have some fun and let's create with those cards. I am a couple of cards here. I really liked the use of rosemary. This is the lighter side. This is the darker side. And let me get a card base here. And I always use a value pack. And this one is going to cover the whole front. Well, we hope, if I cut it correctly. Looks like. Must be the card that's got not quite folded right. So let me give it another fold. That's better. So let's put some adhesive down. Now, some of these cards I've done a lot of prep work, so you'll get to see some stuff, but not and I'll walk you through the other pieces. Well, I still did it. This is a tape that's not as forgiving, so let's see if I can get it on here a little bit tighter. Wow, it is just really crooked. See, you're not the only ones who have to fussy do some stuff. There we go. That's better. Okay. So that's just a rosemary, and it's my card front. I absolutely fell in love with the PML cards for this paper pack. Let me show them to you. They have some amazing patterns and designs that work wonderfully for the card fronts. And so this is one of them. And I just loved how that border was already there. And of course, I've trimmed it down to 4 by 5 1/4. And if you didn't want to use the Sundance side, you could have used the shortbread side, but I wanted a little bit of pop on that rosemary. So there is that. And then this is our botanical. It's in the core book, so in the big catalog. This is our embossing folder, and I embossed it with the rosemary. So here's the lighter side of rosemary, here's the darker side. Okay, so I'm just going to attach this. Okay, so just like that. And then this is the light side of shortbread, and this is the dark side of shortbread. And you probably, I'm just double checking here. You cannot see what I've done, but let me show you a trick. So, you can see it here. Off of this card making stamp set, I've taken these words, and they're just really fine print. And I've taken the shortbread ink and I've stamped it, and then I stamped it again, which is very, very faint. I don't even know if it picks up on the camera. And when you do that on tone, you every once in a while will get a shadow image of it. And I don't know if you guys, if you see it at all or not, but it's just enough to have a design without having the background there, without having it plain, excuse me. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense to you. Oh, but I wanted to stamp. And I'm gonna stamp this. Yeah. This is the little beehive. And I am going to do this in shortbread. Just adding firm pressure. So it just gives it a soft look. Do you see that there? You see that? Just a smidge of a look going? That's what I wanted. Just enough for it to be a design, but not enough to take over the whole image, if that makes sense to you. Okay. Yep. And then let's put a little saying on here. And if I like this trick where you line up your image or words on the board, on the grid here on the Versamat, just to give it. And I'm going to use one of my little black cubes. And just lift up. Nice font, nice clean font. So as simple as that. I put a little bit extra because of this raised image. I wanted to make sure that it will stick. And then off the sticker sheet that comes with Sweetest Honey, there's 2 of these zip strips. And so I just trimmed. Now I just have to peel it off, right? That's always the trick. And it's just, you know, just some kind of language going there. And then going to trim this a little bit. Just took that off. Whoops. It needs a little bit more trimming here that I'm just going to hand trim with my scissors. So just like that, there's a fun, quick little card, but yet it has detail because it has the fun PML card. It has the embossing folder. It has the zip strip. Just a fun little card to create with. So let's go to our next card. And so this one, I am using the Sundance and black. So I have a little bit more texture going. And I put the glue. And so, of course, it's 5 1/4. No, excuse me. It's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 for the black. Okay, because that's your base of your card. Your value pack is the same. And then the Sundance, and this is the darker side of Sundance, is 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so you have that. You have those two measurements. That's pretty standard fare. And then again, I used another one of these PML cards. They come both ways, so if you wanted to top fold, you could definitely do it this way. Let's try that this way. Let's see what we got going here. Okay, so then this one is 3 1/4 by 5. So let's just play around with this. And I used our tag thin cuts, which I've talked to you about before. And so I have some little embellishments all falling over. So I have some fun little tags. Like this. So, and then I can do my other things that I want to do on this. Now I did, because I was thinking I was going the other way. Maybe let's do this. What do you think about that? Maybe what we should do. Oh, no, I see. Okay. Or we could do this, which is this orientation. And we can take the 3 tags like this. And then this goes across the bottom. And I kind of think I'm going to stay with this orientation. So let's build it. Now you definitely could choose whichever way works for you. But don't shy away from the Picture My Life cards, the PML cards, because they make great layers, whether it be for scrapbooking or card making. And this comes with adhesive, but when you try to pull, well, let me see if I can get the adhesive to come without, whoops, I'm gonna try the pickup tool here. I like it because it has a kind of a flat edge. And I'm trying not to take the center, if that makes sense, because if it comes off, that's okay without pulling. Oh, see, I'm trying not to get the cork to come out per se, because they are so hard to get back in. Not really. I'm just being funny. They're pretty easy to get back in, but I'm trying to keep it all lined up. And of course you get to that back one and the bottom one. All right. Not bad. Okay. So I already know this fits right over this remember. And I better put this on correctly, so because it goes right to the edge. I love these corks. I like the corks too, because you can color them any color. Did anyone see the video that I posted from the corporate blog that showed how to color all the fun that we have? So that's pretty cool too. Okay, so let's get these attached. See, and can you see the difference in the colors? One has more gray prominent, one has more Sundance prominent. This one has the Sundance instead of the charcoal going. And then this one has shortbread and gray. And then I have a heart from that cork shape. It's kind of like a pickup tool, the needle on the stick we used to, or we still have, I believe, but it's more flexible, and you have this flat end, you have a beveled edge. It's just easy to pick up. And then I already went and put some thin foam tape on this. And I added a bitty sparkle there, and I see this bitty sparkle came off of this, all that playing around I was doing. So just like that, and then I'm going to add a couple more bitty sparkles. All right, so just like that, what do you think? There's your second card. Not too bad, right? Just a little bit of bling, fun one to make. And again, using the PML cards. Okay, so let's move on to the next card. So this one, we're featuring the Sundance. So I did the same measurements. So it's a 5.5 by 4 1/4 is what that dark side of Sundance is. And then the B paper is 5 1/4 by 4. So that, you know, it's pretty standard, pretty much what you have to create with. Yeah. I'm on a side fold, I guess. I need to mix that up and make some top folds. Anyway, so there's that. And then I took a piece of background and texture paper from the Sweetest Honey, and I tore it. Then I layered it on a piece of the dark side of Sundance, and I tore that also. And usually we put the torn edge to the middle of the page, but I wanted it to go to the outside. I wanted that look to go. Just gonna pop this up just a smidge. There we go, I like that better. Okay. And then I used the stitch scallop brackets, these brackets right here, and I took some background and texture paper, and I have it to show you. So this is part of the paper from the Sweetest Honey, and I took that bracket because I really didn't want a bee really showing, but I liked this paper with this look of the honeycomb. So I angled it to get that kind of cut. So you don't have to always do it straight if it doesn't work for you. You know, move your paper around. So I did the big one this way. And then I took the soft mink color and just did the smaller one. So let's do the happy birthday. And I'm actually using the happy birthday from the Thank You Kindly, the cowboy boot. I like this birthday one really. I like it a lot. I like the look of it. I'm gonna do it's kind of got a not a crisp image, almost like a little design to it. Just a little pressure and lift up. So I think that happy birthday is just a really nice happy birthday. And I like the pattern that it gives to the cards. So before I attach this to this, I did, there's a thin cut with the stamp set, and it has this honeycomb pattern, which gives you this look. And so I'm going to anchor this. I'm just going to put a little touch of glue to anchor that honeycomb. And I'm not so much worried about the, oh, I do know I need to do something first. I did 2 bees that also come. One's in the dark side of Sundance and one's in the light side of Sundance. Can you see that? Okay. So, and I like that it has a little flight stamp. I don't know what you call it, but the little trail. And so I am going to do that in 2nd generation. So I'm lightly inking this in black. And I just want to make sure that's what I want. Yep, I want that really soft image. So I'm stamping it on my scratch paper. And it just gives you that look. And I don't know that I'm going to need 2 of them, but I'm going to hold it apart and let's put this together. So I am going to adhere it. I am not raising it yet. But I am going to put some thin. You know, our foam tape comes in 2 thicknesses, so I'm going to put some thin on this. Okay, and then on this one, no, I think I'm also going to put some thin tape on it. So then it's going to sit on your card like this, but you got it. I am actually going to put some of the thicker foam pieces. I have these left over because a lot of my, well, not a lot, all my VIPs got some fun special mail. And so I have a lot of pieces left. Yep. And I'm not too worried about the honeycomb. I'm not going to add anything under it. It'll be fine. It'll be protected by the card. So, and just like that, it's on the card. And then let's add some gold gems. Let's see, did I get the right package? Nope. And I go through those little tiny ones so fast. They must not give me enough, right? I don't know about you, but that's what I think. All right, let's put some of these tiny gold gems. Oh. Come on, there we go. And when I'm putting gems on, I like to do it where you have kind of a triangle look going. Does that make sense? But it highlights these other 2 corners because I have a lot going right here. So, all right, 3rd card down, 1 more to go. Let's see what we've got. Okay. So this one, we're back to black again. So the black is the base. Then this is rosemary. This is the light side of rosemary. And I don't know if you can tell, but I also inked the edges. You can tell right there. Inked the edges with rosemary ink. Okay. And I just took my sponge and just lightly went around. And then I also did it on a piece that I'm going to use on here, but this is actually the dark side, see, of rosemary. You can see the 2 contrasts, and you can really see the ink. And you're asking, well, why do you do that? I do it because I think it warms the edges up, and it makes a nice, I don't know, a finished look, but that's just me. So I've cut some banners. So this first one is 1.5 by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to, and I know I might have to reposition these, so I'm going to use my repositionable tape. And I'm just coming to the rosemary edge, not to the outside of the card. And then here is another piece of that Sweet as Honey. Oh, and I didn't measure that one for you. I think this one's a little bit, it's 1.5. I do know that. It's still 1.5. But it's 3 3/4. So it's a smidge longer. So maybe this is a little bit shorter. This one's your long one. And then this is the one of the PML cards. Had a black stripe or a shortbread stripe. And it's just going to go in the middle. And it is 1.5 by 3. So it gives you that nice contrasting color. And then this is going to come to the edge. Oh, you want to know the size. I heard you. 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. So just like that. So we got this fun card going. And then I took a piece of the shortbread. This is the lighter side of shortbread. This is the darker side. And again, I sponged it in shortbread, so you get that warmth. And then I had an extra one of the honeycombs that I used as a stencil. And I laid it on here. You never can get it to go back. Oh, maybe that's close. Okay. So, and then I just took a sponge dauber because it's rounded, and I tapped it off on my scratch paper and then just inked up the triangles. Don't really worry if it goes off. You know, it's part of the charm of it. Now, if you didn't like the sponge look, you could definitely put the honeycomb on here. It's strictly up to what you want to do. For what I was creating, I wanted to keep it this way. And then I wanted to stamp before I put this on here, because I don't want to stamp through those layers. And I'm going to put Happy Birthday Queen Bee all on one block. Maybe. And I don't like the way the birthday looks, so I'm going to reposition it here. And then, like always, I am going to make sure I really like it. I'm going to stamp it on paper. Yep. Okay. And when I do that, when I do stamp it on scratch paper, I always, because I'm on a finished product, I always clean it again, just in case it picked up something off that paper. That's just me, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So just like that, you have Happy Birthday Queen Bee. And it's just going to sit in this. I like that. I really had fun playing with this rosemary and the shortbread. It's such a cool color combo. And then again, this time I did them in shortbread, the little bees in shortbread. And I am going to give these a little lift with some foam tape, the thin foam tape. And this is why I said don't worry about how your honeycomb looks, because no one other than you has seen my boo-boo, but you get to see how I fix that. And then I am just going to add trying to decide which one I really want to add. And then let's put some, yeah, I like the gold on here. All right, look at that, look how fun. So let's check out these cards that we created this afternoon. So you have the little queen bee, you have the first one, and you have your cards there. Now you can get, like I said, the card making kit makes a whole total different look of cards, but here's something fun and hopefully you like them. You can go to my website and shop online and have fun with them and enjoy this fabulous fun card kit. And like I said, maybe you're not into bees, but if you look out there and you start shopping around, you will see they seem to be the hot new trend. So enjoy the fun that you can have with these cards. So have a great one, ladies. Bye.